as well.
Yeah, DMG James, dude. We're going back.
Apex 20. What was it? It was one of the Apexes I saw him playing Mr. E with Cloud in. It was the last Apex that happened, not like from the other Apexes, but like the new.
We're going back.
2017 or something.
Yeah, the Cloud didn't last a super long time.
It didn't
really.
But it was still really good. Honestly,
Diddy was the mainstay, and I'll be honest with you, I almost feel like he's trying to do that again. I think he loves Chrom. Obviously loves Chrom.
Chrom is sick.
But like, I think there's something about Diddy that is a little bit more, especially in Wi-Fi. Like, it's a little easier to use him in a way. There's a little bit more reliable stuff. But speaking of which, we are going to see Chrom come out instead. And I'm pretty positive we've seen this matchup at a Platinum Star. So if you're curious, if you want to see how this pans out offline versus what you're about to see right now, you can do that. So just make sure you basically go check out. Basically, go check out some of those old sets on this channel. You'll be able to see some Isabelle versus Chrom offline and online. So let's see what we got. I am going to fix the title right now because it is Mr.Zercon versus James. And this is winner semis, so winner of this will be going into winners finals.
So yeah, but Zercon and James making very impressive runs. I guess Stretch had to DQ for some reason at the winners. So James getting floated to top 8, which is a shame because I feel like I would have really liked to see Stretch versus James, but
yeah,
still out here. Going Chrom too. I think this is definitely the pick. Chrom can kind of mitigate zoning really, really well, and it won't be as much of a slog, I'd say, as Diddy Isabelle. I also just think Chrom has a better set of tools to break zone against Isabelle.
I agree too. Plus, Banana being such a big part of Diddy's game, you don't really need that. You could be a lot more like intrusive in Isabelle's space, and Isabelle would be able to use that Banana to some degree. Does have that pocket, but Zercon actually doing really well already off the bat. You're keeping them mostly neck and neck. And again, this is Rivers, who did win the past 2 DNAs, so has been on something of a streak here. This is definitely, I'd say, a test on both ends, though, because you don't really see a whole lot of Wi-Fi Chroms necessarily, or at least successful ones. And nor do you see Isabelle, so this is...
The only ones I can think of are literally, like, I think just Sword. Literally, Sword is, like, the only Wi-Fi Chrom I can think of who's been, like, really thriving.
He's a tough character for Wi-Fi, really unforgiving with some of the recovery stuff between having to, he's got to use all of his resources when he's out there, including air dodge and stuff. So even those extra little bit of frames make a huge difference of whether you catch with your recovery or not from on the stage.
This is also going to be a big test for Zercon to see how he can deal with someone breathing down his neck for the entire set. It seems like James has been very, very consistent with breaking zone against Zercon and has just been kind of threatening so many options right in his face. So I want to see how Zercon can deal with that, because having a big, scary man with a sword can be threatening. That being said, though, Fishing Rod being a fantastic tool to catch Chrom's somewhat lackluster recovery. Like, there's only so much an air dodge can do for you.
Wow.
He's pretty much toast, yeah.
Yeah, fishing him out. And that looks like a pretty big caveat of this matchup that I wasn't really aware of. But, like, it makes a lot of sense, man. That Fishing Rod is actually, it's a unique tool, and it's really effective, especially with a recovery like that. That's scary even to defend against, because Chrom could kill you at very low percents of that recovery. But it looks like Isabelle can stand back and relax. But F-Tilt going to clean things up. Going to see if Rivers can really find his way back in here, and he's going to take that 24% every time.
The thing about James is that he always keeps you guessing on a lot of the options he picks. Like, he's really never one to get stuck in any sort of flowchart unless obviously it's one of his fantastic crazy combo routes. Like, he always seems to find the most creative result to get out of like a bad situation. And because of that, he doesn't really, even when off stage or like after he's lost neutral, he doesn't really put Chrom in like the bad spots that Chrom really doesn't like being in.
Yeah, he's really he's got a really good discipline with this character, and I think that him as a player is very disciplined. So seeing a character that kind of requires you to just make good decisions and know the combo routes, like you already mentioned, is
might be it.
It's gonna do it. Yeah, that's 2 kills coming out with the Fishing Rod.
Fishing Rod.
Yeah.
Isabelle's reeling herself in a big one right there. Literally.
Yeah, that's a big boy on that line.
But yeah, up throw, fishing rod up throw is like crazy, especially on the platform, especially on PS2 where the ceiling is like rather a lot closer to the stage than most other stages. Like, yeah. So Zercon holding it down really, really solidly, just really pressing down on the things that Chrom does struggle with and disadvantage. Like, that was crazy right there.
Just chilling, man. Just sort of just
yeah.
putting the reel out and catching the fish.
He dealt with the pressure really well, too, the entire set. Like, he wasn't getting overwhelmed, I think, too much by James. And Chrom can be quite the overwhelming character to fight against, but Zercon did such a great job of slowing the game down to his pacing, to where James was almost forced to respect a lot of the things that that he was throwing out.
Yeah, so we're going to stick with the Chrom here, figuring the character's not the problem, and I'm not sure it is. I think that was a plenty close game. No reason to throw away the plan on this.
Oh, no.
Here we go again. Saving the jump. Yeah, every time you're going to... If you're playing Chrom, you literally have to.
It's the saving grace.
Yeah, that's what you got. And
wow.
Yeah, just coming down on Isabelle with that... What's it? Soaring Sword Slash? Is that what it's called? I know it's not.
I have no clue, actually. That's like one of the specials. I have no clue what it's called.
It has a
cool name.
I've called it Aether before, and I know it's incorrect.
I think Soaring Sword Slash sounds fine. Even if it's wrong, it's still... If I were Sakura, I'd put that
Soaring Slash. Oh, nice. I was pretty close. Let's go.
Nice. Let's go.
Also, shoutouts to Evil. Always hitting me with the info in the chat. Reliably. All right. So, yeah, this is... Oh, my God. That was jab into us.
Jab F smash. Good check. It's not... I don't think it's true. It's just a pretty tight window that can occur at certain times if you're caught mashing a lot of the time. And I mean, we saw him try it against Utopian Ray a lot earlier, but... Looks like James was the one who fell for it this time around. And man, this is a bad spot.
Okay. Oh. And that's a little scary too, even if you're on the end of things that
not
coming back to the stage, because Chrom can kill you with that. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's air dodge back. You should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh
so
no, but the platform.
Really smart use of air dodge from James, knowing he's going to take the hit, but kind of just extending his time basically in the air, where he could air dodge again and get a little closer. Really calculated with the recovery on this character, and you sort of have to be. Otherwise, you die very quickly with Chrom. At high levels, you can, because a lot of other characters can find a lot of ways to kind of get you off stage and floundering.
Man, James, wow, great jab block there by Zercon. Yeah, James kind of struggling to get in a little bit. The wall of Zercon's, holy moly. Okay. Those are the James combos I like seeing.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I rescind my previous statement.
See if he's able to hang on to get in a few more hits. And
that was so smart!
Oh my God, dude.
The reset with the up air was fantastic. I don't know if Isabelle has enough gas in the tank to make it back.
Dude, James is playing extremely aggressive at the moment, and this is what you'll see coming out of him, especially when his back's against the wall. That's why it's really fun to see aggressive characters played aggressively, because this is the thing is you can die pretty quickly to the right hit of Chrom's sword. Like you'll see a lot of falling up air into things and combo extensions, but he's gonna have to find that first, just going for it. F smash.
Oh man, James has got to be so careful with the way he lands on Zercon right now, because if he lands the wrong way once, he's going to get messed up. That being said, keeping it very close right now. One more good aerial should get. He's going for it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was really aggressive. I respect it a lot, man. He really went out there. A little greedy. Did pay for it, but I can understand why. Neutral was a little bit muddy there.
After you missed the first one, the second one is like such a bold play to go for. Like...
Yeah, he'll get you out there deep. It's a little bit of a gamble, or a lot of bit of a gamble. Kind of.
On your last stock, though, against a character who can counter edge guard pretty reliably, if she's not... Like, Zercon, really good awareness by Zercon right there, not to go into, like... Well, I don't think he was even within a point where he could use Fishing Rod or anything like that there. I just think he happened to realize that, hey... But it's also been a pretty... consistent thing that Zercon has been doing for most of this set. Like, if you see him coming out of hit stun against James most of the time, he was pressing neutral air quite a bit, like almost twice in a row every single time. Damn. I don't think James ever really became aware of that while Zercon was on his way down. It happened off stage, it happened above stage as well, like right here. Yeah, no, just good. Yeah, you could press it again. Good counter edge guard right there from Zercon. I think he knew that James bit off a little bit more than he could chew right there.
Yeah, dude.
That's really, rough. I think he could have just ledge trapped him or something. I feel like James's ledge trapping is really good too.
Yeah, it was a honestly good set. I mean, it's so corny to say, and I know we say it all the time, but like 2-0 doesn't always tell a full story. But like,
it's
yeah,
true.
It was a good set for the most part.
That was close. Yeah,